Welcome to the stream. Today I will be going over the Bungie Vidoc, and I'll be watching it live on my phone. And unfortunately, the camera quality isn't like the greatest. And hopefully soon I'll get some like better cameras and stuff like that. The job and all that is coming through. So we're gonna go ahead and play the Vidoc now. I'm a little not that late, but I'm gonna watch it now.
Neon Light kicks off the next trilogy of stories that we're trying to tell with Destiny. Players are going to go on a journey to discover the true nature of light and dark. It's the beginning of players learning more about the darkness than in fact going so far as to wield it. It's about leaving comfort and safety behind, walking a different road than one that you may have believed you were destined for.
What makes something bad? What makes darkness dark?
I love the nerdism here. I love the, I don't know, I love the nerds. I love the nerds.
How are those learnings going to change the characters that you have gotten to know over the last 6 years?
The stranger.
Beyond Light's really the beginning of a new adventure. Guardians, for the longest time, have been bathed in the light through this altruistic force fighting back evil.
This sort of like trans
between the light and dark
configuration triangle cube slammed on the ground. Or is it a public event?
In Season of Arrivals, the Vanguard is divided. You have some characters telling you,
I really do hope they do some
more
more work with
characters who are saying,
the Vanguard.
we should find out what they
I
want.
want like actual reaction. I don't want like this like cardboard cutout.
This next year of Destiny is really just about how all the different characters and factions are reacting to these disappeared destinations and what that means as the pyramids have arrived in our system. Not for the first time, but for the second time.
We're going to see the return of a character who's been absent for a pretty long time in The Stranger, and boy, does she have a lot to say, and she has a lot of time to explain.
When I know
I like the
she has
reference to D1.
To encourage us to take on the darkness, and the only way to truly stop it is to work with it.
Weird version of a ghost. I like it though. It's very fluid. Very fluid. It's like it's not rigid like our ghosts.
Europa is literally
almost like it's swimming through the air. That's pretty cool.
Europa is huge. Killer desolation, freezing cold, desolate.
Does the freezing cold affect my abilities at all?
I've ever seen in the video game. There was a lot built on Europa during the Golden Age, and a lot of that was built underground. Clovis Bray had some research facilities there, really pushing the limits of technology and innovation there, maybe stepping into some things that we shouldn't have.
You think?
Under the eyes, all kinds of secrets.
I'm so excited for what players are going to find.
Is it worth it, though?
The storm on Europa was actually something we've wanted to do for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
To feel harsh.
Yes.
The weather system is so awesome. Like, you're walking through an open space, and all of a sudden, things start happening. Coming across, like, fallen artifacts for the first time. You can barely make out the glow in their eyes. The sound of the wind, ice will change based on what the weather's looking like. You'll actually feel every piece of the environment changing around you to match the storm.
I want the storm to affect my gameplay, though. I know they didn't want to necessarily do that, but in the future, I do want it to affect it. I want it to be annoying.
She has lieutenants who
feel dangerous.
Gotten their hands on Stasis, gotten their hands on the darkness, and they're learning to wield it. One by one, we will rise again. And so I think her motivations are really interesting too. Today,
We begin breaking free from our chains.
Aramis really challenges a lot of the ways that we think about light and darkness. She's going to make you think about your relationship with the Traveler.
She's a compelling leader, and she has a vision. And especially after the collapse of their society, people, I think, the Fallen wanted someone to follow.
Is the light going to be enough? I think we've seen that we need some new tools to fight our enemies with. Maybe it's time to fight fire with fire, or ice with ice. Stasis is, not just a set of new supers, but it's a new damage type. We've got Solar Void, Arc, and now we've got Stasis.
I love the UI update. I love that.
All really came back from the gameplay idea of freezing someone. That was kind of the theme that everyone kind of rallied behind. Dima's an amazing concept artist, had some images that really kind of put us on the right path. What really was landing with that was the more crystalline notion.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
So when we say
aesthetically, it's very pleasing.
Ice, that's kind of where the cosmic comes in.
Once he freezes solid, I'm able to hit him again and shatter him in pieces.
But here's the thing: does the shattered pieces do damage to the environment, like the enemy?
So all of that kind of came together when we landed on that theme.
New bow.
Stasis is going to not only change the way that you can attack or approach combat, there's also some really great ways that you can upgrade it.
Then you start getting into like the more interesting parts, things that we're calling aspects and fragments, which are
MMO aspects. I love this, dude.
Aspects are a little bit more potent, and then the fragments are the things that are class agnostic. But depending on what your class is and depending on what your aspects are and how you want to play, you're probably going to be starting to select different ones in there. This is just
I love this, dude.
We're going to continue
GG's, Bungie. Come on.
Excited for players to get their
Make me
hands on
excited
this.
some more.
When we're creating a new palette like Stasis, we do what we call a source jam. Everyone on the team blocks out about a week where we can say, okay, you're going to go out into the world, microphone, recorder, record anything that reminds you of cosmic ice. That gives us the palette that we can build the eventual sounds out of.
That's cool. The Tyrannosaurus Rex, I think in the movies they made it with
but doing
musical instruments and stuff like that.
And blood-curdling yells is a little scary at night. Then I had a really rumbly stomach, and that also was recorded. There was also a breast bump.
Wow.
To make use of what you got.
Yeah, yes, sure. I mean, it does sound otherworldly.
We
I'm
have
just saying.
exotic weapons for you.
Ooh. Guillotine needed to be nerfed.
No time explains coming back. Instead of just being the gun that refills your magazine when you land precision hits, you actually get a little time portal, and it starts spitting out rounds alongside you. You can actually have that on top of the arc soul, so you can your own little
Timer a minute, buddy.
built for it. Another one we have is the Laments. It uses up your sword's energy to give yourself a new combo that ends up in a big spinning slash. Probably the largest selling point for a lot of people is that it slices right through barrier champions.
I'm glad they're keeping these guys a part of the game and not just like a once and done sort of thing.
For Beyond Light, we really wanted to create exotic armor pieces that formed a key part of your build, around which all the other parts of your build will evolve. For example, the Titan gets the Icefall Mantle, which is a set of exotic arms that looks like it is crafted.
I actually have a build for that coming soon.
Slam your arms down, create a burst of stasis energy.
I'm going to be doing the build video today, actually.
The Warlock exotic is Necrotic Grip. if you are facing a wave of thralls running at you, you can nail them with your melee attack, and it starts to burst.
It's like they took the thorn and like stuck it to the warlock gauntlet and just said punch things. That's sweet, dude.
There's a lot there for newcomers coming in too. If you guys hasn't tried it out, it's a really great time to jump in on like that entry experience for free players.
Bro.
Last year when New Light launched, we brought back a small portion of the Cosmodrome. This year we're bringing back a much larger portion of the destination. It takes
It's
some
so
of the
beautiful.
experiences that started with original Destiny 1, but puts them and stitches them together in a different way and adds new things and tells a different story.
Mark Noseworthy.
And this new opening experience is a
Dude, it looks so good.
from Fast and the Furious. Shahan. Thank the light. I didn't think we had other Guardians on patrol here. What I love about the Cosmodrome is it feels like Destiny distilled.
The tree.
Season of the Hunt picks up where Arrivals left off.
Other forces are taking advantage of the darkness to make their move forward, including Zivil Wrath, a sister of Oryx, and she's taking this opportunity to build up an army.
Yes.
And we're working with Osiris to try to stop her.
Osiris goes out, stumbles across these hive growths that are driving combatants crazy.
Osiris is in trouble, and of course you're his only hope.
We warned you it was going to be dangerous down here. Impossible.
We finally catch up to what we saw at the
And
end of
Forsaken, bro!
We saw
Finally!
being brought back to life by a ghost.
Aldrin, who now refers to himself as Crow, he doesn't know what he did. The slate's been wiped clean when he was resurrected as a guardian.
We know what he's done, and we know what he could be capable of doing, so now we're going to spend some time watching him go back and forth, and that's going to question how we look at him, how we look at ourselves, how we look at the light, how we look at darkness.
In Season of the Hunt, we're partnering with the Crow and Osiris to take down the High Celebrant. It's creating these cryptoliths around the system, and those cryptoliths are attracting Elixian Cabal and corrupting them.
Zivil Wrath.
Essentially corrupting herself an army, and it's our job
I love
to
it.
stop to it. I'm really excited to see.
Ooh, a new rocket launcher,
fleshed out
dude.
more, and to find out more about her
I like
relationship
seeing
with
that.
Savathun
Show off
and what
over
that
here.
means for year 4 of Destiny.
Savathun has been placing dominoes, and at the end of year 4, she's going to knock down the dominoes. We're going to see what she's been really up to. And so this year, she's putting the last pieces in place.
Destiny is just a really incredible world, and
So much
there are
potential.
so many stories for us to tell.
We have a lot to look forward to. Down Light, then the Witch Queen, and then Lightfall, and all the seasonal content between. We feel like we've got a really great way to bring people together. Working through COVID and working
dude,
through some of the other turmoil in the world right now has been really challenging.
I have to admit, I've been pleasantly surprised with how well we've been able to get things done.
We're committed to your characters and your community of players. We want to meet you where you are.
I think the thing that excites me the most about Destiny's future is how much it's rooted in where we come from.
Villains revealed and finding out secrets that we've been hinting at for
Barrett,
years.
don't die, please.
When I look at the team that we're building and continuing to grow and hire, the new leaders that are coming up in Destiny, that gets me super excited.
Destiny's best days are ahead of us.
I am pre-ordering this paycheck. It's happening. And I am amazed. I really am. I was worried about, I was just worried about, would they be able to execute it properly? Would they be able to, like, are they actually going to work on the game? Yes. I think it was Season of the Worthy when I really started questioning things. It's like, are you really gonna work on your destiny, your baby? This is your baby. There's nothing like this game. There still isn't. Anthem is gone, crushed. Borderlands is again not like Destiny. Um, there really is nothing like it still. It's still so unique, and it's like, are you gonna just work on that, or are you just gonna give up? Because the last year has just been rough. Um, there's been good times in between there, but I I was worried, and Beyond Light makes me hopeful. It really does. Um, both as a new streamer coming up and trying to get my grasp on things on what I want to do and how my content is supposed to be unique from everybody else's, because you have Bife, who's the lore master, you have Glad, Sweatstickle, and Esoteric is the solo master king. You have all these people that are grafted out over and I'm coming in this kind of late, and so Beyond Light not just makes me hopeful for Bungie and the game, but for me as well, um, because I think I'm finally solidifying my vision for my YouTube channel, and it's going to take a dynamic turn over the course of a few weeks. Um, so I just thank you all for the love and support, and for my close friends and family in Christ who are stayed subscribed, even though I don't have very much. I literally have a PlayStation, the fan on it. Because if I don't have a fan on it, it's going to overheat. I literally only have a laptop, and this is where I'm starting from. But at least it's somewhere. I can start somewhere. So don't forget to like and subscribe. It greatly helps. And more important, leave a comment. And I want to know your thoughts about the Vidoc and what you personally like. What I like most is the fact that they're doing stuff with the environment, and actually like an MMO type game. I can actually do more things. And my hope, I will say one thing I'm afraid of is they don't leave Void, Solar Arc, and the Dust for this new subclass. I hope they include everything and sort of the MMO appearance, because it's all viable. I mean, we should have a choice the way we play the game. I shouldn't be forced to play just with the new subclass, even though it is a new subclass. I've been a bubble main since D1, or a void main, a void titan. So it's going to be really hard for me to put down the bubble. If it's just going to be really hard in general. It really is. I mean, I have to play with this new subclass. It's going to be really hard for me to put it down. So as with that, as so all my brothers and sisters in Christ, we are all struggling upward to the call of God in Christ Jesus. We're punching something. We're not punching nothing. And to all my fellow guardians, I say rise up, and let's all become better. Let's all become better at this game. I believe that there's no person alive that can't get better. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you have one eye, if you have only one hand, everybody can get better at this game, because technology has made it easier. And not just technology, like the community itself. It's made it easier for everybody to kind of link together and get better at this game. You have Sherpas, you have guides. In D1, you didn't have as many resources as you now. Think of it this way: the new console update to the actual how you can remap your buttons. You didn't have that in D1. You didn't have that until when it came out in Season of the Worthy. Yeah, I believe Season of the Worthy. So just that update alone, I have gotten my thumbsticks where I want them, my melees. I can customize the way I play the game to suit me and my play style. So and PC, you could do the same thing with PC. You could map and put bind different buttons and different things. So it's pretty amazing how Bungie is taking a leap forward, not just with the game, but how you interact with the game. I hope they bring out some sort of disabled controller that allows the person, let's say if they only have one hand, that they can still play the game. Because I absolutely believe that that with legitimate, I will say this channel is not a cheating channel. This channel will not and never ever support cheaters. I hate them. They are the toxic people in the world with nothing to do. They have no lives to live. And I hate cheaters. So legitimate ways to get better at the game, I will have to requote myself saying that. I believe Bungie is doing the right thing, and the lawsuits, I absolutely 100% support them. And I hope the cheaters get what they're coming for. You know, they want to cheat, fine. Well, there's laws you're breaking. You want to DDoS, okay? There's laws you're breaking. Oh, you wanna ruin people's gameplay just because you want to ruin people's lives. Well, guess what? There's lawsuits. And I hope Bungie doesn't just stop with Perfect Aim. I hope they go to other places. I don't know very much. I'm not gonna put anything out because I'm not gonna say to go do these things. I really hope that they don't stop here. I hope they take the fight fire with fire, take the laws of this country, and go against people that are just absolutely, and it's to ruin people's time. I love the community that I've walked into. I love my family and friends, and I don't want their gameplay to be hindered by somebody that just has nothing better to do than make people's lives miserable and cheat. So I'm glad Bungie is taking efforts into that. So as always, rise up, Guardians, and you all have a God bless day.